Shabbat Shalom, Temple Emmanuel. This week's portion, Vayakel, speaks of gathering the people of Israel. Moses, Vayakel, gathered the people of Israel, the children of Israel, gathered them around, because this week in this part of our Torah, particularly at the end of the book of Exodus, we speak about building that Mishkan, that sanctuary where God would dwell among the people. And as he gathers everybody together, he begins, and before he speaks about the sacred work of the sanctuary and the building of the sanctuary, he speaks about Shabbat. And he says, you shall on 6 days work, and on the 7th day you should have a Shabbat, Shabbaton, a one that is holy, a Shabbat of complete rest and relaxation that is holy to God. And the power of that is in the midst of building the holiest job, the holiest building project of that sanctuary. Shabbat trumps it all. It comes in and says, no more shall we work, because Shabbat has come. 6 days we create, 6 days we take up space. On the 7th day, we sanctify time. It's those moments that we can come together, we can celebrate together, we can celebrate the joy and the successes and come together via kale, to gather together, to comfort those who are in need of comfort, and to heal those in need of healing. And it's a very powerful concept, because right after that, right after the concept and the connection between Shabbat and the people of Israel, the next command that comes is people shall bring gifts. Nadiv libo, those who are generous in their hearts, those who are truly moved to build and create community. And how powerful that is that Shabbat is what has always united the Jewish people. However we understand religious observance or Shabbat observance, it's a moment to mark the sacred moments in our lives. And as it says in the Torah, you shall not kindle light or fire. But what the Torah and the Talmud teaches is that you have to light the Shabbat lights. Torah and God never wanted us to sit in the darkness, even though the Karaites, early rabbinic Jews, they wanted to actually take the literal meaning and sit in the cold without light. That's not what survived, what tradition survived. We light the candles so that people can come together, but that the generosity of our hearts come together to make Shabbat truly what it is. As we light the candles, sometimes Shabbat is difficult, but when the candles light, when they light, and when we bring in Shabbat together, and on Friday night, where we have artist in residence Alan Goodis with us, we'll all gather in the rotunda. We'll have a lot of these little tea lights where people can come together and light their own Shabbat candles. As we come in, Echad, Shtayim, Shalosh. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. As we light the Shabbat candles, the blessing teaches us, lahadlik ner, to kindle the light, shel Shabbat, of Shabbat, to kindle lights of rest, to kindle the lights of that moment where we cease and are refreshed. At 7:15 in the rotunda on Friday night, Alan Goodis will lead us in beautiful, beautiful music, bringing in the spirit of Shabbat that's brought in with the Shabbat lights. The challenge for us is to come together to cease for just a moment, to celebrate the sanctity and the beauty of time. Because once time is gone, we can never get it back. So as we celebrate with our community, with our second graders, as they lead our Shabbat service, as we come together with our community to welcome in the holiness and the sanctity of Shabbat as we light our Shabbat candles. Remember, the community is built with people. The generosity of our hearts as we come together to sanctify moments in time, just like this one. Because this moment right now will never happen again. Make sure we sanctify those moments in our lives as sacred, as important. 7:30 our Shabbat service starts. Be here at 7:15 to light candles with Ryan Wurtenberg, our bar mitzvah. There is an alternative service as well, starting at 7:30. Come and join us in song, in spirituality, and in the divli bo, in the generosity of our hearts, as we come together to sanctify Shabbat and continue to allow the sanctuary that we build, God, to dwell with us. Shabbat Shalom, Temple Emmanuel. Join us as we celebrate the sanctity of time.